Wow, picking it up right here on page 10, Gene Matlock. You see the title, we're jumping right in. No play today. How y'all reeling, man? We're just chilling in Con Drop's office, getting cozy. All right, man, let's go. So the Aryan myth insults and humiliates the Hindus to the inner depths of their soul because it implies that the Hindus are foreigners in their own country. Don't that sound familiar? They want us to feel like we're foreigners in our own country. And again, this author believes that, the Hindus or India's invaded and ruled America when we know this is India's superior. So let's pick it up, all right? We know we are in the birthplace, the motherland. They can't fool us no more, man. The public schools telling us we need to go to Africa this way, and we this, and we African American, and all these bywords. We dodging all hijacks. We ain't going down no hijack lane at this point. So we read this, read it with a dragonfly perspective. That means you see clearly, man. It says, even now, certain scholars believe that the West brought civilization to the Indian subcontinent when, at the time, those Aryans were supposed to have contributed their genius to India. Most Europeans were still half naked and cannibals and savages. Man, you see it, man. You see it, man. This ain't, I'm not talking crazy, man. They're letting you know there ain't no way these hijacks brought us civilization. And all we're doing is correcting orientation when they're talking India here. We know we're talking India superior. The Hindu immigrants who had the most influence on the building of Western civilization were the Phoenicians and Jews. The Hindu immigrants. So again, Daniel Lowe wants to call them Romani or a Roman Catholic, Roman, how do we call them? A Roman, man, Jew? Like a Jewish Roman colony. That's what it was. A Jewish, I had to think about it, man. A Jewish Roman colony is what Daniel Lowe wants to describe America, a Roman Jewish colony, as if Rome came and the Jewish came and colonized America. And that's why they're finding all these artifacts, like in the 20s and then Kalelus artifacts and stuff like that, with the Hebrew inscriptions. They say, well, Jewish people must have colonized and had a whole kingdom ruled by Solomon the Builder and all this stuff in the 700s. This is Kalelus. I mean, get the drop. We're saying if the Jewish people had a colony in America in the 700s and ruled under Sylvanus Toltexus, and the Toltecs are the Toltecs, you then have to say that the Jewish people are also the indigenous people of America, which is blasphemy, man. Which means they're the Toltecs too, and they had to fight all these wars, and they're also the Chickamauga Cherokee, right? They're now fighting against this colony or this invasion, 1776, and all this Columbus. That means they got to be fighting against that instead of funding it. Instead of funding the slave ships, they're the ones on the slave ships. So they started burying all these Hebrew artifacts underneath the Smithsonian. They started acting like they came from the Middle East instead of, the artifacts came from the Middle East. They just threw them over there. Smithsonian's hiding all this stuff. In the same way, he wants to make, this these Jews or these Hebrews have to be Hindu immigrants now, right? And the Hindu immigrants are we're in India superior. We don't have to be immigrants. This don't have to be a Roman Jewish colony when they are the indigenous. They're not a colony and they're not immigrants invading America. Sorry, man, I told y'all. You hear my voice, I'm chilling. It's been a busy couple days. But man, Just stop it, man. Instead of just admitting that these copper-colored people are the so-called black people, African Americans, who they're saying are from Africa, who ain't got no genealogies of anyone coming off any slave boats. There ain't no slave ships and no museums, period. They picked us up from here and shipped us over there. They shipped a few of us in Portugal, a few of us to Spain, a few of us to West Africa. Yeah, they shipped us from here. The indigenous American Holocaust happened right here. This slave ship stuff happened with them picking up these copper-colored people they just found here that are the Indians of India Superior, that are the indigenous Hebrews and tribes of Judah, Manasseh, and Ephraim, and everybody. Then they want to give us a new name, a new byword. Now we're African American, colored, this, black, blah, 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 blah. So they could take all these titles of the Romans could take the Romani title. The Jewish could take the Judah title. And somebody else could take the native title, right? Let's go, man. Told you we popping up. So you don't got to be no Hindu immigrant to be a Phoenician and a Jew or Judah. Judah ain't no no Hindu immigrant. Judah is indigenous Nagas of American Nagas of India Superior, man. Made me lose my mind. Because both groups were Hebrews, bang. Who he calls Kheeberi. Pause it. Read it, man. And the Kheeberi is the Kheevira. Switching the V's and B's. Or K's and Q's. Then they'll put a C instead of the K, and then it sounds like she, like China. But it's really the hard K, man. Like China is Khan. Khan. Dodge the vowels, man. Dodge the vowels. So the Hebrews are the Kheeberi or Kheevira, right? Eber. Some authorities think that even the Phoenicians were Jews. It's interesting how close the ancient Hebrew is with ancient Phoenician. Seems like the same dang people, man. They were known the world over as twins in every human society in whatever part of the world. In Hebrew, the word Kheeber, Kheeber means league, association, alliance. I mean, he's stretching around, right? Because we know that the Iberu, the Heber, the Iberia, right? Iber means what? To cross over. The people of the cross, right? We're just talking about the last letter of the Hebrew, Wakanda forever, right? We're talking about the Tau, which means the covenant. But he's connecting this with the association, the alliance. Well, we say covenant, they can say alliance. Potato, potato. Who are you allied with? Who are you making a covenant with? Who are you in league with, right? In his book, he got a book called Jesus and Moses Are Buried in India, Birthplace of Abraham and the Jews. Translation, Dragonfly perspective. He knows that America or India, which he's saying came and invaded America, colonized America, is the birthplace of Abraham and the Hebrews. Knowing damn well you got Quivira and everything in America, but he knows that because he's just talking about New Mexico and Arizona. But then he has to act like it wasn't originally here, that someone had to come from India to bring the Hebrewness to America. I mean, dodge the hijack. Let's get the babies out the bathwater. Because if we had to wait for a book to tell us the truth about all this stuff, we wouldn't have no books to read, right? So we're a big book club. We know we got to go to Minor Hijack sometime to get the babies out. Don't just throw the bathwater out because this guy thinks, this ain't India superior, right? You got to read it with a dragonfly. Dragon means to see clearly. You know that you're in the Far East. You're in the furthest Orient. You're in ancient India, Egypt, Ethiopia, Eber, Judah, right? You're in the old world. You're in the original world. Hijack got to flip everything and say they found you in a new world. But this new world got all this old world qualities, all these titles, all this energy, all these artifacts. You got the Decalogue stone over here, Ten Commandments in Paleo Hebrew. They just discovered Paleo in the 20th century, man. They speak in modern Yiddish. That's all the German stuff. We talking about being indigenous, so they can't claim indigenous because they ain't got nothing to do with this German Yiddish. It's got nothing to do with the conversos or converting in the 8th century under King Bulan and all that. It got nothing to do with this. We're talking Kalelus. We're talking about ancient kingdom. We're talking about David. We're talking about Solomon. We're talking about the original cons, man. The Texas. Shout out to my Texas Nagas. We're talking Sylvanus Texas. Genealogy never connects this, man. Not that it shouldn't, but they made sure to disconnect all these layers. So he says, I know I was successful in proving the Jews, Indians' origins and helping people understand such caste distinctions as Hittites, Cushites, and Amorites in the Middle and Near East. Where's the Middle East? Where's the Far East? All right, let's go. I'm not doing this to argue with this guy. Let's get the drop. However, I knew then and I know now that showing that these Hittites, Cushites, Amorites, and others, all from India, superior. Let's go. Once ruled and controlled every inch of this planet. What's the drop? What's the babies? He's saying that these Nagas in India superior ruled the world. King David was not just the king of the Middle East. King David is the king of the world, man. Forever, ever drop one shepherd. Forever, Ezekiel 37. Forever drop a return to the creator. Keep the code, MHOE. Then you can unlock the David frequency. Then you can seek David, Hosea 3. Then you can seek David, Jeremiah 30. The covenant of peace is forever with David, Psalms 89. How many witnesses that David is the king of the world? Why is that important? Because the scepter will never depart from Judah. Genesis, right? So the scepter never departs. That means that the king is always on the throne. We're not talking about some ancestor of the king. we're not just talking about a genericness of the tribe of Judah. King David is king forever, man. Who was Prester John? They want this to be a colony. They want us to be foreigners, right? But he knows that whoever's controlling and ruling India, superior, rules the whole world. Enter Prester John, king of the Indies, Emperado de los Abyssinios, or Ethiopia, the real OG Ethiops, fiery looking Nagas, dragonfly perspective. Ruled every inch of this planet, right? All the earth plane. Who rules the three Indies, man? Look out for Prester 165. Look out for your packs, man. Getting closer and closer so you can get your digital download right away. The packs can be flawless for you. And I got so much more to put on top of that for such a long wait. But you waited so that we get the perfect product that we can have forever. You know what I'm saying? This is the everything pack. This ain't no McDonald's, no type of algorithm of machines. This ain't the machine world. This is our brain, our research, packed as everything we can give and offer anyone surfing away. You know, all the ether packs, all the flat drop, everything on one pack, you know what I'm saying? So the WADA, man, like this is the culmination of the entire investigation. It's taken over a year to compress and get the right products, the right flash drive that we could depend on. That's not gonna have no, you know, lacks or, um, defects or any of that stuff, right? We want hard duty, heavy duty packs that we know are gonna last and carry 256 gigs of information, everything we could put on here. So we going in and making sure it's perfect. And y'all, man, like this this is something y'all deserve, man. This is the best I could the best I could offer in terms of, a product to offer right there, you know what I'm saying, forever, like our signature staple flow. So if the wild out, a couple of y'all leaving comments, you know what I'm saying, just, checking up on them, and just know that I've been giving y'all, updates on updates on updates, man. And it's difficult, you know what I'm saying, to not have everything just happen in some fast, quick way of doing, you know what I mean? But the hijack, has done the hijack's job of, just prolonging things, man. But every time the hijack tried to jam us up, we got a better connect or a better solution, or you know what I'm saying? So never trip when a hijack is hijacking, man. Just know that it's only gonna lead you to perfection, man. And I can now stand on these packs like more than any other pack and know that this is forever. This is our time capsule. This is our drop. If you still ain't, looked into yours or getting your everything pack with all the drop on one flash drive, just send me an email and I am responding daily to emails 432thedrop@gmail.com. And to water for your patience and to water as usual for your support and all the ways you're doing it. Gotta give y'all that, man, because I feel bad for the way, but I feel great, you know what I'm saying, that it's led to what quality and, what I'm saying, perfection of our product, you know what I mean? And this ain't something that you can get on Amazon, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. This is something just right from home turf, right from us, you know what I'm saying, to as a flash drive for you, you know what I'm saying, to put in your car, phone, everything. So spread the drop, man. Spread the, link, spread the map, spread the books you about to get on your packs, and look out for the digital download. And out to our IT team, our IT Nagas, making sure we're in there as fast as possible, but really as right as possible. You know what I'm saying? As complete as possible. So we got a team of Nagas making sure these packs are beautiful and special for y'all. And please email me, you know what I mean, just to check up, whatever the case is. But I got the list and I got your names, but I'm always, you know what I'm saying, appreciative of the reminders. So let's get it. So you are the Nagas that control every inch of the planet, the plane. He said, therefore, I chose to present a few overpowering, undeniable, irrefutable facts in this book so glaring and obvious that sooner or later, the world will be willing to give India her due on the stage of human history. But to do that, you got to acknowledge where India is. That the India on the map today is not the fullness of India. It's not even the superiorness of India, or else it would be labeled in India superior in the 16th century on these maps. Let's get a little bit more, man. I got y'all. That is why the heroes of this account are going to be the Kheeber or the Hebrews. However, before concentrating my energies on them and wanting to prove that the ancient Indian leaders, protectors, and warriors, what he calls the Kshatriyas, Hittites, Kati, Hattia. Again, Hattia sounds like Haiti to me. Kusites, Kuthites did indeed sit on the thrones of every country in the world. Everything you name, especially the Hebrews, he's really just giving the Hebrews their due. If he wants to give some ancient India, because the real Nagas of India, the woolly hair, locks having Nagas of India, you know what I'm saying? That's who we're talking about. We're not talking about the new description, depiction, image of what they call India today, or Brazil today, or Central America today, or Europe today, or China or Japan. Everyone has been given a facelift. Everyone's been given a new image. And the more you hold on to this image, the more hijack you're going to be. The more you do it for the original cons, the more beloved you're going to be. It's written, it's simple. You know what I'm saying? You light that path for the creators chosen, man. You light that path for the OGs that's waking up, the remnant. And that path will be lit for you, but you staying there covetous, trying to get in when you fit in, trying to disprove this and disprove that and act like these new images is what it is. And this is all just one melting pot, and these woolly haired Nagas can't have a land of their own. Why don't you want to send them to Africa? But if they claim America, oh no, we were all in America. Everybody, everybody. We can't have no land of our own unless we go to Africa. We need to include you. We got to include you, or else we just some non-inclusive people. What you're saying is that we're not a people if we don't have a land and a heritage and a tribe. We got to include everybody else in our melting pot so that we cool, right? This ain't nowhere near a version of hate. I'm just saying common sense. Do these so-called black people in America, do they have a land of their own? Or are you going to join public school and these teachers and this false teaching and tell us to get on some slave ships and go somewhere we ain't been? Definitely not where they found us. But we don't deserve a land of our very own, and this land can't be plush and rich and beautiful and full of civilization. We don't deserve that. Give it to India. Give it to the natives, right? Give it to the Jewish Roman colonies. And even our own researchers, so-called researchers in our community still, you know, inadvertently kick that same flow. Like, oh yeah, we're all here, all different colors and this and that. Yeah, man, look, man. You know what these so-called black people look like, man. You know what these Nagas look like. Stop playing, all right? You ain't called yourself black. You ain't called yourself none of that. But as soon as we start saying, oh, man, my Nagas, oh, my Naga, we all the Nagas. But you didn't call yourself black, nor were you, you know what I'm saying, trying to walk these shoes, you know? You emulated, you copied, you get in where you fit in, but you never had to, you know, truly walk these shoes, nor could you walk these shoes, right? So when we put our shoes and our garments on, why do you say, well, nah, we got to wear those garments too. We got to wear these shoes too. Why now, right? It's because we realize we're not the tail, we're the head, and that we are rich, right? And that we are royals. But now you're royals too, and you're rich too. This is a kingdom, man. This author's, you know, beating around the bush, inadvertently saying the same thing. These Nagas here rule the entire earth plane. This is a kingdom. You don't genealogy your way into a kingdom. You don't say, well, here's my uncle's genealogy, and he owned this land. And my Naga, this is the kingdom, man. Go to Prester John with your genealogies. You're going to say, look, man, you sure you're supposed to be here? You don't get here through your paperwork. You get here through your bloodline, man. You get here through your heritage. But you got to try to prove that you the bloodline now. You weren't trying to prove you was black. Yeah, we talking so-called black. But now you proving that you Hebrew. These are the same people. Stop trying to separate it. It's the same junk DNA, right? So I do it for my Nagas. And I do it for my Nagas that's down with my Nagas. And folks that's down with, you know what I mean, that's all good, but you ain't with us if you covetous. You ain't with us if secretly you're trying to downplay us to fit you in and paint some picture that, you know, suits you know, suits your family, suits your idea, makes you feel like one, makes you feel included. You want to be included this way, or you want to be included because HaWah say, you know what? Because you put my people first, I'm going to include you. Or you're just going to keep trying to include yourself. Covetous Nagas, man. Covetous folk out there. Now you want to be in the classroom. Now you got your own classroom. Covetous Nagas, man. Covetous, man. India ruled the world. But don't tell you who India is, right? Who the Indios are. These Nagas don't deserve a land and a language of their very own. Then you're saying that we ain't no people. You're going against you're going against the Creator and saying that there ain't no remnant, man. We're talking truth and we're talking frequency. You know who the world emulates. You know who the world copies. You know who the world is looking for to see what's cool, what's the wave, what's the frequency. It's the same folks. They've been looking up to. The same folks they trying to give your history to everybody else. Now the ancient Chinese got your history, but they're standing on your history. Ancient China or Nagas, black folk. Ancient Japan, black folk, Nagas, man. You know what I'm saying? All the Americas, period. Period, man. And when you got in and how you got in, and we know Atlantis was splicing and dicing. Atlantis was doing their own cloning and creating and incubator babies all through Atlantis. We got dog-headed tribes. Columbus reports dog-headed tribes over here. Are we supposed to say these dog-headed tribes are indigenous because they were created here? Oh, your people were created here at some point or brought here, so you indigenous? We talking about the original spiral, and you know who this is. You know who we talking about when we talk Americans. You know who's on the front line. You know who's a tribe and tribing up and who they were against when we talking Shikamaga Cherokee. And if you didn't call yourself black, don't start calling yourself Shikamaga. If you can't look somebody in the eye and say, man, I'm a black man. Yeah. We know what it means, all right? We know we don't use these words to describe us no more. But my point is you never would describe yourself this way. You would call yourself all these other things and this country you from and I'm from such and such. You wouldn't dare look a black man in the eyes and say, I'm a black man. And what does that mean? It means that we are a tribe of people. We're not black. And when we claim our tribe, don't try to push us out and get in where you fit in. Like this whole hijack invasion's been doing, like these people keep doing. Romani Jewish kingdoms and Indian colonies and Hindu colonies. So these black people should go back to Africa then. We ain't got no land. We ain't got no continent, right? We ain't got the whole earth because these folks seem like they ruled the entire world. India once ruled and controlled every inch on the plane. Pause it, man. Read it. All right, man, I'm getting emotional because, I'll do it for my people. I believe our people should have a land. Like, not just a land, but clearly we ruled the world. But everybody's worried about us pushing them out and them not being accepted or being, disenfranchised like us. Is this what you're nervous about? That when you dig up the bones and you know who the Mexicans are in Mexico, you get nervous? Because you're like, well, where's our homeland? When you know what the bones look like in Europe, you get nervous? In Ireland and Scotland, you get nervous? When you find out who the real Egypt is and where it is, when you find out the real Ethiopia and India, you get nervous? Ruled the world. A reset is a reset. When we talk reset, it means everything was reset, man. There's a new image for all these places. And just because your grandma grew up calling herself something, don't mean that's who she is. It don't mean that's who we are. Because she's telling you who we are. You know what I mean? Just because someone got my granddaddy wallet, passed it around in his generations, don't mean it's his wallet. It's still my granddaddy wallet. This land is still our land. The world is still our world. And the scepter would never depart from Dawood, King David, or Yahuda. And if you're nervous about that, jealous or covetous, you better check yourself and tribe up within yourself. Tribe up with HaWah within you before you talk about tribing up with us. Because we're going to sense your covetousness. It stinks. It's a stench to it, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who's like jealous and envious, it stinks, you know what I'm saying? You can't hide it. You can't hide vibration. You're not comfortable in your own skin. We ain't saying, oh, because they look like this, they better than that. We ain't saying, don't even twist and reverse racism. Nah, man, look, we know who did this to us. We know the people coming off the boats in Spain and Portugal. We know they look like Black people. We know what Moab look like. Black people. Our point is, all these tribes are so-called black, melanated. So we have an infighting. And then you want to say, well, look, y'all fighting each other. I'm better because I love the creator. I'm not fighting my brother. I'm better than you. You trying to put us down, and the ones that's in low vibration, you want to crap on them and act like they can't choose up. They can't change. You want to find a way to, you know, insert yourself and feel like you're better than somebody because you got some drop. Like the creator gonna choose you over the creator's own people because you got some drop, huh? You better turn around and help our people that's lost, our people that's asleep, our people that's blind, instead of boasting yourself over the root of the tree and feeling like, oh, I could be a natural branch too. Don't fall for that same, you know what I'm saying, foolishness, you know what I mean, that your ancestors fell for. Don't fall for the same arrogance. Don't have no haughty eyes, man. The creator don't like that haughtiness, man. Turn around and help Hawah's people and get on that front line, you know what I'm saying? Don't turn your back on us because you think you better, because you think you got some drop. That covetous heart, that's your demise. The reason why they keep trying to rewrite us, that's their demise. But we got them eyes, man. Last part is this. However, before concentrating my energies on them and wanting to prove that the ancient Indian leaders, protectors, and warriors did sit on the throne of every country in the world, I have chosen only such evidence that anyone can immediately verify. We're going to pick up right here next time. We told you I got about a page in me. You see, I'll be popping off, man. Start coughing. Got a page in me, man. In April 2001, the Associated Press released the following article to American newspapers. Listen up for the dismount. Europeans descended from a few hundred Africans. Study says modern Europeans and maybe populations in other parts of the world are descended from no more than a few hundred Africans who left their homelands as recent as 25,000 years ago, new research suggests. The findings are also a blow to the theory that modern humans evolved simultaneously in Egypt and Asia from multiple early humans. Sounds to me like they were created much later, that they're not a part of the same creation. And I think that is just common sense. Everyone ain't a part of the same creation, human family, all this stuff, evolution coming from apes and monkeys, man. That's y'all story. Neanderthal DNA, that's in y'all. That's y'all story. But to the humans or whatever, the natural ones, yeah, we had tribal war. Yeah, Moab had to go against Israel, and Shem was going against Ham, and even Davidic lines were fighting each other, right? Even Judah versus Ephraim was fighting each other. That ain't no place for y'all to come in and get in where y'all fit in and act like you better than son because we beefing and try to put us against each other even more, divide and conquer us. You supposed to come make sure we love each other, man. Don't be like, well, y'all niggas is fighting, man, so we better because look what y'all doing to each other. You supposed to bring that love back, bring that cold back, bring that water back. Don't come over here judging us looking haughty when we starting to remember and realize with real eyes, we the remnant. And the water continues, man. We'll pick up right here, man. Get ahead, and stay ahead, man. Pause it, read it, man. Pause it, read it, so you know this author's perspective. We coming back in. Appreciate you, Gene. Matlock, we're just doing some criticism, research, man. Some teaching, some scholarship. You know, copyright 107. We're just enjoying some work, paragraph by paragraph. You know, interpolating. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. Keep the water flowing, keep the fire burning. Remember, man, keep the code. Start right here. MHOE, most high over everything. That's how we return. That's our bond. Christian, Muslim, this religion, that religion, man, most high over everything. Can we agree on this? Can we agree on this? To be one again. putting the Most High over everything. No hijack in between. Just the Most High. Can we do that? I can't hijack you if I'm telling you just to rock with the Most High directly, man. I'm out the way. Rock with the Most High, right? How do you do that? Exodus 20 got us in code. What's rule number 1 in Exodus 20? No power before your power, man. Most High over everything. I love y'all. True, man. True enough, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a beautiful time for us to, recon and readjust and reaffirm what we're doing it for. I take small breaks just to reaffirm, reassess my vision, man. See my family, see my wife, see my children. Put that same time in that I put into 2,000 YouTube videos back into my seeds, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm balanced. Make sure the flow's going, you know what I mean? And then come back better and stronger. And y'all here every time for me. And I love y'all and I appreciate y'all for that. Max Ahab, Shabbat up, man. Halal HaWah. Tribe up.